You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Doctor, this is the mayor talking.
All right.
Doctor,
Come on, what?
always do the right thing.
If you came here to hear for fake, you are in the wrong place. We are for real around here. We keeps it real. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the livest, the realest, the trillest sports talk show in America. Are you not entertained? This is Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Game time, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening? Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. And oh boy, this is Man Talk Monday. Game balls, and goats, ballers, busters, heroes and zeros, all of that today, man. Thank you for joining your boy on the Doug Stewart Show. And Mondays, man. Mondays are real tough because there's so much stuff to get into. Bring it back. So much stuff to get into, man, but we're going to do it. We're going to make an attempt today. Shouts out to all of the Stewies already in the chat room. Hope you had a great weekend. I did. Let's see. So this past weekend we had more of the return of the 2 Live Stews on 640 WGST. Triumphant. Very much so triumphant. My daughter's Little League team that she cheers for, they had a win this past weekend as well. Triumphant. We should rename today's show Triumphant. Viola Davis won an Emmy Award. Triumphant. The Atlanta Falcons kicked much ass. We'll get into that in a second. Shouts out to them. The only downside to this weekend, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, the only downside to this weekend is Georgia Tech laid an absolute egg this past weekend against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, but we're going to talk about all of that stuff today, man. If you're new to the show, thank you so much for joining me. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Trust me, we have a great time around here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, the Doug Stewart Show, home of the Doug Stewart Show. Just a lot of fun, man. We talk about sports and talk about the issues that dudes talk about in the barbershop, under a shade tree, or in the basement like nobody else does it in America. And I mean nobody. So just trust me on this. I mean, we talk sports, entertainment. What else do? We talk about birthdays. We do top fives. We read a lot of chat messages. And even every once in a while, man, I also sing for you as well. Yeah, I'm an accomplished singer as well. So you get it all here on the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. So follow the show on Spreaker.com. Hit the little follow button so whenever the show goes live, whenever we do like another show on the network, which we did today, we re-aired the Two Live Stews episode from this past weekend. Maybe the Poe Politicking show on Wednesdays, the Kicking It with Kesey show. We've got a couple other shows that we broadcast on the network. Whenever a show goes live on the network, you'll be alerted. So make sure you follow the show. And then hit the little chat bubble on Spreaker.com as well, so that you can get interactive and get in the chat room with all the other Stewies. That's what I call them. That's the inhabitants of the chat room. I call the actual chat room the fantasy island of sports chat. We got the best chat room in America. And I don't know how we can verify that, but there can't be a more lively chat room in America than the Doug Stewart Show chat room. There just can't be, man. Thank y'all so much for being totally active. Once again, week 3 of the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show right now. Another fantastic weekend, man. Once again, thank you for all of the love we get out in them streets, man. A lot of people happy that your boys are back in a limited role. In a limited role right now, but you know what it is. You know what it is. We are back. So that's 640 WGST Saturday mornings, as well as on iHeartRadio. So the problem with Mondays is there's just so much to get to, but I'll start it off right here. Baller Award. We give out ballers and busters around here. Baller Award, man, to none other than the Atlanta Falcons. My gosh. You with a new head coach, and in particular, a Baller Award to Dan Quinn, man. You with a new head coach, new kind of coaching staff. You get on the road and go into hostile territory, MetLife Stadium, the New York Giants, after coming off a disappointing game last weekend where you give a game away to the Dallas Cowboys. You go into Giants Stadium and you beat the New York Football Giants. Vern, where you at, Vern? Huh? Where you at? Vern is probably the biggest Giants fan that I know. And don't call up here right now because I'm not taking you right now. We're going to continue to talk about these Falcons. All I can say, man, is I'm excited. Once again, I'm not changing my prediction and my thoughts, and you probably heard me talk about this on Saturday. It's just too early for me to change my thoughts on what this team is going to do. The first couple of weeks, they've caught lightning in a bottle. Okay, they have. They look fantastic. But the thing about it, and I guess maybe lightning in a bottle probably isn't the proper way to describe it, they look very, very, what's the word? What they're doing on the field seems to me to have a lot of substance. It looks like that they know exactly what their goals are and what they need to do to achieve them. They know that they can score points with Roddy White and Julio Jones, who might be the best receiver in the game right now. And Matt Ryan looks fantastic, even though Matt had a couple of of throws this past weekend that really could have been picks. But they were averted, and he had a great game. And so the Falcons look like, I'm not going to say they're going to win a Super Bowl, man, but I feel a lot better about the Atlanta Falcons right now than I did prior to the season. I mean, a whole lot better, man. They're 2-0. The Falcons are 2-0. So ball award to the Atlanta Falcons. And on the same token, man, a Buster award to the New York Giants. Once again, for the second week in a row, a team that's in the NFL, this is a bunch of professionals now. This is a coach, Tom Coughlin. This is a quarterback, and Eli Manning that have won Super Bowls, and they can't manage the clock. Do you know how many times they almost had clock penalties? You know how many times that they did have clock penalties? You know how much times that they were rushed to try to get the snap off? How could that happen? So y'all get a Buster Award, man. The Giants fans, too. Y'all get one, too. Unbelievable, man. I never thought in a million years, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, if you would have bet me $1 million, okay, you could have gave me $1 million to $100 odds, okay, which means that you know how odds work. So if I win, I get $1 million. If I lose, I give you 100. I would have never even taken that because I'm not trying to lose my little bit of money. I would have never thought the Falcons would have been 2-0. Beating the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're going to talk about their ass here in a second. Beating the vaunted Philadelphia Eagles and Chip Kelly. You see the title of today's show. We're going to get into his ass real good in a second. Pause, that didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. Okay? Beating the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday Night Football with this great offense and Sam Bradford and DeMarco Murray. And then following it up a week later on the road in New York where they haven't had good fortune over the last, 5 games? They were 1-4 or 1-5 against the Giants. And they go on the road and they win. They come from behind 10 points in the fourth quarter. If that's not a ball award, I don't know what is. Praise his name. Praise his name. Yeah. Wow. I'm shocked. I picked the Falcons to go 7-9 this year. I hope I'm wrong. Once again, I support and root for all the Atlanta teams. I'm not ready to say that number should change right now just after 2 games. And a lot of this stuff we're talking about, I have to always say this, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. A lot of this stuff we're talking about, man, you know, we basically mark it as final. It's just week 2 of the season. So all of this stuff we're talking about today, make sure and taper it, okay? And table it and say to yourself, it's just week 2. But you can kind of get some indicators for what you've seen this early in the season in the NFL and in college football. Both of them. And we are going to talk some college football today as well. Ballers and busters, game balls and goats, heroes and zeros, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, we're going to talk about it all today on the Doug Stewart Show. Man, I feel good. Wow. It's here. The 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show is tomorrow. What's today's date? Today is the 21st? Yeah. Tomorrow, 1 year ago, we started and came online live with the Doug Stewart Show. All right? And so we are celebrating this week, man. Thank you to everybody that's helped make me number 1. Yes, sir. Yes. And this weekend, we are going to party like it's 1999. All right? Get all the details of all the big events going down this weekend for the Doug Stewart Show 1-year anniversary at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets for the meet and greet party this Friday night at Stir It Up, the Artist Den, downtown ATL, off of Crescent Street. Get your tickets for the all-black party on Saturday night. That's going to be a real sexy look. The grown and sexy people are going to be out there Saturday night. All-black party at the Doubletree Hotel in Buckhead. And then Sunday, yeah, Falcons, Cowboys, viewing party. We're going to talk about the Falcons and the Cowboys today, in particular Tony Romo. So get all of the details and get your tickets now. These things are going to sell out, all right? They are going to sell out. Get your tickets, in particular, for the all-black party on Saturday night. All at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. shop.eventbrite.com. When we get back, more ballers, more busters. We'll get into some of your chat. This is The Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! We're doing some huge things here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the Doug Stewart Show, and the biggest thing being broadcasting other shows. That's right, we're executive producing other shows and playing them on my network. You may have a fantastic show or podcast, but do you have listeners? We got listeners. Over 9,000 followers to the Doug Stewart Show on the Spreaker platform, as well as over 200,000 plus listens to the network itself. So here's what you do. Go to Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr.com, and search the Doug Stewart Show or Stewart Media and Entertainment and get all the details. Or just hit up the producer, Tree, at TreeAtTheDougStewartShow.com. That's spelled Trei. Tree at TheDougStewartShow.com, and come and do business with us on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. And thank you so much for joining your boy. Talking about everything that happened from this past weekend. And today is really one of those days. I wish we had 3 hours. But the show is for 2 hours, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Today, we really could do 4 hours today easily. I mean, we can do 4 hours any day. We have a good time, you know, sometimes more sports, sometimes less sports, sometimes more entertainment, sometimes less entertainment. It just depends. I mean, so we always going to have a good time. We did a 4-hour show for many, many years with the 2 Live Stews, so that's not a problem. But today it really is an issue because there's just so much stuff to get into. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, ball award to Julio Jones, man. 13 carries, 135 yards. And Matt played good. Leonard Hankerson, 6 catches, 77 yards. Jacob Tammy, who's providing some good play at that tight end position as well. 4 catches, 77 yards. Devontae Freeman comes in after Tevin Coleman kind of gets nicked up a little bit. He has a decent game as well. So ball award all around to the Atlanta Falcons, in particular to Dan Quinn. Man, there's a different attitude with that defense, and that's why they brought him in here. Is because for the last couple of years, man, the Falcons just hadn't been playing good defense at all. They were just like water running through a siphon, okay? And this year it seems like they've turned that around. They don't even have the greatest personnel out there. They really don't. But they're playing fantastic team defense, and the offense is going to score. So ball award once again to the Atlanta Falcons. We're like in this golden era. We're like in a golden era of receiver play. Well, part of it's got to do with the fact that everybody runs these spread offenses and 3 and 4 wide receiver sets. So receivers have the ability now to make more plays, much less of the running back as it was 20, 25 years ago and before. So the quarterbacks are highlighted and the wide receivers are highlighted. I think the quarterbacks are coming into the game now more polished because they're running these types of schemes in high school now. Thus, the wide receivers have more polishedness, I guess you could say, because they, come from systems in high school and in college as well, where they got a lot of balls thrown at them. And so, man, you talk about wide receivers, Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham Jr., Calvin Johnson. You can go old school with Calvin Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald and Julio Jones. I mean, it's just unbelievable how good these wide receivers are, man. T.Y. Hilton. I mean, it's crazy how many great wide receivers there are in the NFL right now, man. And I personally, I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. All right, so the game everybody in America is talking about, you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. By the way, this segment is brought to you by my folks at Black or BV Mobile Apps, which actually stands for Black Vibe Mobile Apps. But bvmobileapps.com, they make apps for entertainers. So whether you got a podcast, you're a comedian, you're an actor, Atlanta is kind of like the new Hollywood. They call it Black Hollywood. And so you need an app presence in 2015. BV Mobile Apps designed my app. Never had an issue with it. Does everything that I need. Makes me look like the big boys. So you need to have that. Less expensive than you think. The customer service is fantastic. Highlight my folks at BV Mobile Apps. That's B as in boy, V as in victory, bvmobileapps.com, and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. All right, the game everybody in America is talking about is the Dallas Cowboys finding a way to win on the road in Philadelphia at the Link, 20-10 last night. Tony Romo goes out with a torn or broken clavicle. And the second time he's done that, so he's going to be out an extended period of time. But the conversation all dwells around this Philadelphia Eagles team. And as God is my witness, for all the Stewies that are in here and have listened to the show daily over the last year, once again, the 1-year anniversary is coming up tomorrow. For all of the people that have supported this show from beginning to end, all summer long, all I have said is it's very, very arrogant to think that you can get rid of very good players and replace them with very average players and think you're going to succeed. And that looks like what's going on in Philadelphia right now. It's very arrogant. Now, once again, for the record, I am a fan of Chip Kelly to a degree because I like the innovative offense that he brings to the table. I like that he does something different. I like the fact that he does something that's kind of shunned upon NFL hierarchy, and the fact that it always has to be this thing where it's a pro-style offense and you're under the center. No, Chip Kelly says, screw that. I respect that. But I think it's very silly to get rid of or let go fantastic players. We're not talking good players. We're talking fantastic players. When you talk about Jeremy Maclin and Deshaun Watson, when you talk about great players, you get rid of them for mediocre players and players that aren't that good in my mind. That's very arrogant, and it looks like it's coming back to bite their ass. Sam Bradford, 5.3 quarterback rating yesterday, 23 of 37, 224 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. horrible. DeMarco Murray. This is one of the craziest stats I've ever seen in my life. Did you know that in 2 games, DeMarco Murray, as a starting running back in the NFL, the guy that got all those yards last year in Dallas, I know he misses that Cowboy offensive line now, the guy that got all those yards last year, wanted this big free agent deal from the Dallas Cowboys, had to take a deal with the Philadelphia Eagles, still got paid a ton of money. DeMarco Murray in 2 NFL games to start the season has 11 yards. And this is another reason. This is another example on why you listen to the Doug Stewart Show. I have said it for years. DeMarco Murray has never really impressed me that much as a running back. If you watch his running style, he doesn't really have a lot of shake in his game. Okay, he's kind of like that one-cut runner, and the Cowboy offensive line made him look fantastic last year. Okay, now I don't think that the offensive line here in Philadelphia is very good, obviously, and I don't think what they do, which crazy enough is Chip Kelly tried to tell us this is the type of running back he needed in his offense. DeMarco Murray just isn't that dynamic of a running back. He's a solid running back. He's a big guy when he can stay healthy, which is another issue with the guy. He stayed healthy last year miraculously in the year that he wanted to try to get a new free agent deal. He's just not that dynamic of a running back. He's just not. 2 games? You got 11 yards in 2 games? So, bust the award to DeMarco Murray, bust the award to that offensive line, bust the award to Chip Kelly for thinking that he could do magic. He can make sugar with ish. Now, can the Eagles turn this thing around? I guess so. I mean, they're all professional football players. I'm not saying that they're bad football players. I'm saying they're average football players, especially on this offense. Can they turn things around? Maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be too much more different than what you've seen the first 2 weeks. They're going to win games. They're going to win games, but I think systematically and at the root of the problem, fundamentally for this Philadelphia Eagles team, they are flawed. Who does that? When have you ever heard in sports, I don't care what the sport is, it could be basketball, it could be baseball, it could be football, it don't matter. When have you ever heard a team, an organization, a program getting rid of very good players to replace them with very average players? It's not even a question. This is crazy to me. It's crazy to me, and y'all know. I've been saying it all summer long. It never even, we're not even talking about the fact of will it work or not. I'm asking the question to y'all, when have you ever seen this before? Okay? When have you ever seen an organization, a team, a program, or whatever say, you know what, we're going to let, fantastic players go and bring in, players that are good, but I think they'll work better for our system, even though they aren't as good as the other players. The other players were bona fide. The other players, they were great. They were fantastic. LaShawn McCoy, Shady McCoy. They were great. They made Pro Bowls year in and year out, all pros and whatnot. But we think that if we get these players, the Riley Coopers of the world, we think we'll be better off. It just doesn't happen, man. It just doesn't happen. We'll see. Now, your boy Chip Kelly, he really doesn't care. This is another thing I've been saying. He really doesn't care, and he's going out on his terms. If he goes out, he's going to go out on his terms. I respect that because, the minute this thing doesn't work and he gets fired or he quits or whatever, he'll have a job waiting on him in college, I don't know, for $6-7 million a year. So I understand it. I get it. But I just think it's flawed from the very, very beginning. How do you do that? How do you do that? The Eagles cannot move the ball. This offense that was destroying everybody in preseason. Oh, my gosh. I'm Negrodamus. This is another thing. I kept telling y'all. All of these numbers they were putting up in preseason is freaking preseason. And I'm not the only one to say that. But, oh, my gosh. Philadelphia was everybody's darling pick to go to the Super Bowl. Huh? They might come in last in the NFC East. They might come in very last. They might come in behind the Washington Redskins, shawty. But the Redskins got a win yesterday. So Buster Award to the Philadelphia Eagles. Buster Award once again to DeMarco Murray. Buster Award, a big-ass Buster Award to Chip Kelly. You arrogant son of a bitch. Hey, man, don't go away. We back with more ballers, more busters. We got to talk about Georgia Tech. Damn you, Georgia Tech. Damn you! Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
We're back. Dogs and Poodles. It's Doug and Ryan Stewart of the Two Live Stews.
Tune in to Talk Radio 640 WGST every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. to get all your college and pro football talk.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, Hagen-Law.com. Thanks, Bruce.
Meet me at the club. It's going down. Meet me in the A. It's going down. Meet me in Atlanta. That's right. The weekend of September 26, 2015, we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show, Stewies. And it's going to be crazy. We got a whole list of events scheduled for the entire weekend. That's going to be so fun. Come celebrate with your boy. Starting out Friday night, man, with a meet and greet party at the Artist Den downtown ATL. Late Friday night, it's the Fella Soiree at T's Gentlemen's Club in Buckhead. Saturday morning, the TDSS Golf Shootout at North Fulton Golf Club downtown ATL. Saturday night, the main event, the all-black party at the Doubletree Hotel in Buckhead. And Sunday, the Falcons versus Cowboys viewing/day party on the rooftop lounge at Mardi Gras Cafe, downtown ATL. It's going to be fantastic, man. You've been looking for a reason to come to Atlanta. Here's your perfect reason. Get all the details at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Once again, it's tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. See you in Atlanta. The 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me quickly run through some birthdays here, man, so we can get back to all of the football talk. Happy birthday to Bill Murray. He turns 65 years old today. Alfonso Rivera turns 44 years old today. My man Carlton from The Fresh Prince. Love that cat. If you old school, if you old and decrepit like me. He also played on Silver Spoons. I can't remember his name on Silver Spoons. with Ricky, what was his name? Ricky Snyder? Maybe it wasn't Ricky Snyder, but yeah, Silver Spoons was a TV show back like in, I'm going to guess, early 80s, maybe even late 70s. Ricky Schroeder, that was his name. So Alfonso Ribeiro turns 44 today. Happy birthday to him. Wale turns 31 years old today, the rapper, DC rapper. I think he might be African. I think he just raps out of DC. Nicole Richie turns 34 years old today. Have you seen her lately? Google a picture of Nicole Richie. She's cut all her hair off, and it looks purple in this picture they provided that I'm looking at on my computer. So she turns 34 years old today. She's been through a lot. Lord have mercy. Greg Jennings turns 32 years old today. Happy birthday to Greg Jennings, former Packer and Viking receiver. Doug Baldwin turns 27 years old today. I think he caught a touchdown yesterday for the Seattle Seahawks. Who we got here? That's pretty much it. Ricky Lake turns 47 years old today as well. The great Ricky Lake. She turns 47. Happy birthday to her. All right, man. Y'all know I put my picking prowess on the line. Prognostication prowess on the line, man. And I just took a flyer on Georgia Tech this year to play in the national championship game. And they absolutely laid an egg this past weekend at Notre Dame. So, man, very, very disappointing. I watched that game intently, obviously, because I made the pick and I like, what Georgia Tech was bringing to the table with that offense. I got to give Notre Dame a lot of credit, though, man. Defensively, they played out of their minds, man, even though the final score was 30-22, and Georgia Tech tried an onside kick to try to get the ball back, and hopefully they could score and get 2 points to tie it up and take it to overtime. But Notre Dame, man, they played their keys to a T, very disciplined in everything that they did this past weekend, man. Ball award to Deshaun Kaiser coming in for Malik Zaire. At that quarterback position, 21 for 30, 242 yards, 1 touchdown. Very efficient. I'll say this, though. The first couple of touchdowns that Notre Dame scored, man, really were the determiner in the game because they got a couple of plays. I believe the wide receiver, it was Fuller. Will Fuller for Notre Dame, man. He made a couple of big catches when the game was still in question early. Where he clearly pass interfered with Notre Dame wide receivers or Notre Dame or Georgia Tech defensive backs. He pushed off, but they didn't make the calls, and it was at Notre Dame. And I don't know if Georgia Tech couldn't beat Notre Dame on a neutral field in December, in a bowl game or whatever. I don't know because I think Georgia Tech really just had a lot of things go wrong against them early in that game, and they just couldn't recover. And once again, not taking anything away from Notre Dame, especially defensively, man, they really, really played disciplined football and stopped that triple option, man. So it's early. It's just after week 2. Notre Dame right now is ranked number 8. Georgia Tech drops down to 14 in the AP. I think Georgia Tech drops down to 20. So, crazy things have happened. I'm still going to ride with my pick. I had Georgia Tech and Ohio State playing in the national championship. Speaking of which, Ohio State, they struggled this weekend against Northern Illinois. What? Yeah, that wasn't cool. Actually, at halftime, the game was tied at 10 apiece, and then they pull away. They score a couple of points, 10 points in the third quarter. They don't score anything in the fourth quarter. So they basically hang on against Northern Illinois, beating them 20-13. J.T. Barrett comes in, 11 for 19, 97 yards. So there's some question marks now at the quarterback position. Cardale Jones, who gave up, I think, being a first-round pick to come back. So there's some question marks, at the quarterback position. And they don't look like the dominant team in this particular game that they did last year. So I'm going to give them a quasi-buster even though they won. And I just want to give Ohio State a buster. But, yeah, some influx going on right now with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Let me read some of your chat, man. Thank you so much for the chat. I really do appreciate it. From Cleota72, he says, Northern Iowa's defense was great. From Texas Tide, Notre Dame is definitely not the 8th best team, though. Top 15, but not 8. Yeah, Notre Dame really didn't impress me. Now, that's saying a lot because they were able to stop and neutralize Georgia Tech's offense, which I just thought was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. But it looks like I was wrong. Notre Dame played fantastic defense. Offensively, man, I see a lot of holes in that team. Once again, the Kaiser comes in and does fantastic in relative terms, but they don't look like that they're all the way there. I don't think Notre Dame's going to be a team that vies for a national championship this year. From Cleo to $72, I will take a win however I can get it. From Nino the Rhino, GT's passing game is terrible. Yeah, I mean, they barely passed the football. If you watch Georgia Tech football over the last couple of years under Paul Johnson, you know they don't pass the ball well. And when they have to do it, it's just uneasy. And obviously, I think you can probably attribute that to the fact that they're always, offensively, on their offensive line, they're running the scheme to block for the triple option. They aren't pass blockers. And I would imagine a lot of these guys were drafted or recruited out of high school because they probably ran some type of system in high school as well, some type of option, triple option type offense at their high schools as well, so they know schematically, once again, what to do. They can't really pass, man. From Stagger Lee, Doug sound like my baby mama with all them excuses of why ish didn't happen, I guess, in talking about Georgia Tech. From Ronald Cameron, and Stagger Lee's I think he's a Florida State fan. He went to FAMU down there. From Ronald Cameron, any thoughts on Aaron Rodgers taking a shot at Russell Wilson with the God comments? It was kind of tongue-in-cheek. It was kind of like a slick little comment. I don't think no big deal about it. I think he was just playing. They're probably cool. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they've done like promotional things in the offseason together. So I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I definitely didn't think it was that big of a deal. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Let me read some more of your chat here. From Texas Ty, he's got a bunch of little Notre Dame little shamrocks. From Felpay, BPA to Notre Dame for being Notre Dame. I guess Felpay is not a Notre Dame fan. From Lamont Hart, that Ninja Fuller is fast. He had a wide receiver, but he was pushing off like a Mickey Ficky. He was pushing off. Thorny Switch says exposed. Yeah, I had always talked about, and I always talk about with Paul Johnson at Georgia Tech, that it's tough to prepare for Georgia Tech because, no one else does what they do. Everybody else is running the spread offense. Once again, Notre Dame's defense played their keys, very disciplined, sure tacklers. A lot of times with this type of offense Georgia Tech runs, you might get there for the tackle, but then you just slide off the carrier. The Scove kid and the Marcus Marshall kid, and Qua Cersei, those guys, they were sure tacklers. Notre Dame were sure tacklers this past weekend. If they got there, they made the play. So a great victory by Notre Dame. I can't deny it. I just cannot deny it. 404-382-0338. What I'm going to do when we get back from the break is all I'm going to do is read chat. That's all I'm going to do is read more of your chat. So much of it to get to. Maybe I'll give out one quick baller, one quick buster as well, and then we'll jump back into the chat, all right? Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Football season only just begun, but it already feels like the playoffs at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site, where millionaires are being crowned all season long. One-week fantasy at DraftKings means no season-long commitments. It's fantasy football on demand. Play where you want, when you want, with the players you want. And with $1 million up for grabs every week, every game is the big game, and every play matters. So, 1st and 10 in the first quarter feels like 4th and goal with 1 second left. And a long touchdown run can mean more than just a victory for your favorite team. It can mean you've just turned your love of football into $1 million payday. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play for free for a shot at $1 million in this week's Millionaire Maker event. Enter Spreaker for free entry now only at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
To give you the history on this Doug Stewart and Tree Taylor battle in Trivia Crack. We just started playing last week. We played 3 games. I won the first one in handily fashion. And then Tree has come along to beat me 2 times in a row. All right, now I blame Trivia Crack for asking me dumbass questions about romance comedies from the 1980s. That's who I blame. But she's won, and I got to give her credit. What? I knew you were going to jump.
Like, when you talk about women, Tree has come along.
It got nothing to do with you being a woman.
No, I showed up.
Oh, wait, did you just, what? Oh, my gosh. Did she just call me the N-word? Oh, damn. We made Doug Stewart show history just now. As many times as I've almost uttered that term, you did it. And we don't have 7-second delay.
I'm fired.
You getting the BPA. You nominated for a Boiled Penis Award.
No.
Yes, you are. The first time in the Doug Stewart show history, someone utters the N-word.
I'm sick of you.
You're listening to the Doug Stewart show. Good thing we, on radio, traditional radio, the FCC be beating down my damn door right now. They're already looking for a reason to try to put me out of business. And you come up with this. Golly, Tree, you're better than that.
That girl is poison. You never trust a big button to smile.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Stewies, what's up? Tree here to talk about your home security and the security experts at Strickland Security. Everything the team at Strickland Security does is focused around increasing the security of your home, protecting your family, and your business. Most home security companies, especially the larger ones, want to sell you a cookie-cutter alarm system that maximizes their profits but not your security. The team at Strickland Security will install a customized alarm system that meets your budget and your security needs. This Atlanta-based company is here to solve all of your security problems. Whether you need your alarm system repaired, surveillance cameras installed, or your door locks replaced, Strickland Security is the solution. Don't wait. Call the experts at Strickland Security today. For more information, go to their website at stricklandsecurity.com or give them a call now at 800-422-9075. That's 800-422-9075 and tell them Tree sent you.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Ballers and Busters, Game Balls and Goats. September 21st, 2015. Make sure you get your tickets for the all-black party this Saturday night at the Doubletree Hotel. Go to tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Going to be fantastic. Going to be vanglorious. We're going to have a great time this weekend, man. Ball Award, man, goes to Grayson Lambert. I saw a lot of people posted this in the chat room. Man, Grayson Lambert, a guy who we talked about, Georgia quarterback who we talked about being inconsistent early on this year, transfer from Virginia, really didn't do a lot of big things up there. But this past weekend, he goes ham on the South Carolina Gamecocks, man. 24 of 25, 330 yards, 3 TDs. That's an NCAA record for efficiency. Wow. Completion percentage. Now, and this wasn't against like Little Sisters of the Poor. South Carolina is struggling. They're 1-2. They lost last weekend, the weekend before, against the Kentucky Wildcats. I said it this past Saturday on the Two Live Stews. It's going to be a long, long year for the Gamecocks. They just don't have the talent. The starting quarterback is out now. They brought in a redshirt, walk-on freshman quarterback. I'm not sure if he's a freshman, but he was a walk-on quarterback when he came to the South Carolina Gamecocks, the Orth kid. And Georgia, once again, they get a little bit of payback because the Gamecocks had beat Georgia 4 the last 5 times. And I knew that if Georgia had the opportunity to put their foot on their throats, they would do it this weekend, and they did. 52-20. Ball award to Grayson Lambert. Ball award to the Georgia Bulldogs. Ball award. Wow. Ole Miss handles their business. Ball award to Chad Kelly, quarterback for Ole Miss, 18 for 33, 341 yards, 3 touchdowns. Junior college transfer. And see, this is why, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, this is one of the reasons on why I felt like this year in particular that, you know, I wouldn't take a team to play in the national championship from the SEC because they're just going to beat each other up. Just as easy as Ole Miss won this game against Alabama, and it wasn't easy. They beat them 43-37. The way Ole Miss beat this game, beat Alabama in this particular game, they could lose to Mississippi State. Dak Prescott's back this year, doing fantastic for them this year as well. They could lose to LSU, who had a fantastic game this weekend in beating Auburn. So they're going to beat each other up. Alabama, if they play this team again down the road, Alabama could beat Ole Miss. So they're going to have losses on their records. That's just a bona fide fact that teams in the SEC this year, I don't even know if they aren't that good or if they're just that good where they beat each other up. It's too early to tell right now. So ball award goes to the Georgia Bulldogs, and the ball award goes to Ole Miss, man, for getting it done this weekend. Baller awards. Buster award to Alabama, man. They can't figure out their quarterback situation to save their life. Jake Coker comes back in that game late and tries to rally the team. He doesn't start the game this past weekend. And they go down. Derrick Henry, 23 carries, 127 yards. He's solid as hell. Big running back. Reminds me of Eddie Lacy. I keep saying that. But it just wasn't enough. Ole Miss had it cooking. Ole Miss had it cooking this past weekend, man. And they are 3-0 right now. Alabama now 2-1 on the season. Let me read more of your chat here from, who do we got here? From K3000, Stagger Lee. That comedy king. Yeah, Stagger Lee thinks he's a damn comedy king. I slipped that Doug tee with Georgia Tech and lost my shirt. What? Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Now, I give people a disclaimer at all times. I haven't gambled for probably 15 years because I had some very misfortunate things happen in wagering. In particular, a game against the Clemson Tigers and the Duke Blue Devils. I think Clemson was favored by probably like 35. They covered the spread in the first half of the game. It's crazy how you remember what was the final straw in your gambling life, right? And so Clemson covered the spread in the first half. I think the spread was like 35 points. And then these Mickey Fickies rested their starters the entire second half. And lo and behold, Duke came back and covered the spread. And I said, that was it. So my point in telling you that little story is this. This ain't nothing but healthy conversation around here. If you put your money on the line and bet on sports, don't try to blame me. Don't try to blame me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. This is all just conversation. This is just for fun purposes. All right? But I really did feel good about Georgia Tech against Notre Dame this past weekend, and I was wrong. From the brother beloved, Doug, don't sweat it. There are one-loss teams that took home the trophy for the BCS and last year's college football playoffs. And that's exactly right. I said that earlier. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. It's one loss. And trust me, there were a lot of things that happened early in that game that really could have swayed it. I thought Georgia Tech was going to roll more so than that. But this is probably the best matchup they're going to see because Notre Dame has defensively some of the best athletes. They recruit 4- and 5-star players year in and year out. And then if you go to Notre Dame, then chances are you're a pretty intelligent guy. I mean, Notre Dame doesn't take people with 400 SAT scores or anything like that. So they got smart players. They got athletic players. They were at home. Touchdown Jesus. So all of those things came into play. And I don't think Georgia Tech played their best game. And all those things came into play, man, and a great win for Notre Dame. From Clay Davis' sheet advisor Thorny. You have to worry about Florida again. Remember last time UGA was undefeated and lost to a sorry Florida team that year? Yeah, there's always that chance of an upset. Georgia looks good. And once again, the problem with Georgia is they're in a conference with a bunch of other good teams. Auburn lost this weekend. Didn't look good at all. I could see Auburn coming and upsetting Georgia. I could see it happening down the road. So these teams, man, in this conference, man, they're just going to beat each other up. Speaking of Auburn, my brother picked Auburn to play in the national championship this year. I like my chances for Georgia Tech getting to the national championship more than I like Auburn's chances. Auburn sucks. Yeah, they suck. Jeremy Johnson, the quarterback for Auburn, once again, third week in a row, does not look good at all. In my opinion, 11 for 19, 100 yards. He has 2 touchdown passes, but they're just unimaginative, man. They're just a team that just doesn't have the players that they've had over the last couple of years, and that great quarterback play that Auburn's had, going back to Cam Newton. They just don't have it this year. Jeremy Johnson is not the answer. Waited a long time to get his opportunity to start, and it's just not good. On the flip side of that, ball award to Leonard Fournette, LSU running back, 19 carries, 228 yards. So Les Miles said he's going to work that workhorse. Old school running back numbers. Old school running back style. Big, strong, physical running back. Leonard Fournette right now is probably your odds-on leader in the clubhouse after 3 games. I got to give the caveats. He's right now one of the leading candidates for the Heisman Trophy. Has looked phenomenal all this year. Looked great last year as a freshman, but looking even better this year. Stronger, more physical. And I guess after a second year in college football, you understand the speed of the game, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. He's a baller. He is a baller. LSU is going to be a problem this year. 2-0 right now. 2-0 in the conference. So ball award to LSU and to Leonard Fournette. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Ball award to the Green Bay Packers, 27-17 over the Seattle Seahawks last night in a game that kind of went back and forth. Cam Chancellor about to get his money because that defense just isn't as tenacious as it has been over the last couple of years. I think at some point somebody's going to make a call to Cam Chancellor and his representatives, and they're going to have to work a deal out. He gives them kind of like this swagger, like that tough exterior, and it just seems like something is missing. They're still good defensively, but they're giving up a lot of points in the first couple of weeks. Ball award to Aaron Rodgers, man, 25 for 33, 245 yards, or 249 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and my gosh, is he not the best quarterback in football? He throws the prettiest ball. And, I mean, he always hits cats right in the chest. You know what he reminds me of? And I've said this before, I think. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. He reminds me of Troy Aikman. Aikman used to throw the prettiest pass, and it never was, like, out of reach. It was never in the wrong spot. He always hit cats right in the numbers, on stride. And, man, Aaron Rodgers, he's the same guy. I mean, just a fantastic quarterback, man. And you always in the game with my man Aaron Rodgers. And Russell Wilson doesn't have a bad game. 200 yards, throws for over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, but just was not enough. And the Packers right now win another game. They go to 2-0. And crazy enough, the Seattle Seahawks are 0-2 right now. Yeah. The ball award to the Packers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, when we get back from the break, it'll be hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. We'll continue with your ballers, your busters. I'll read more of your chat. This is what we do on a Monday. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show.
Are we witnessing the signs of the end of time? Learn how you can better understand the day you are living in by reading A Global Nation and America's Future by Dan Mason. These books will give you, the reader, a better understanding of current events and reveal the birth and the rise of the New World Order, along with the New Age movement. Get your copy today at any bookstore or online. Open your eyes.
If you play guitar and want backing tracks for fun or practice, there's only one place to go, GuitarVoice.com. I'm talking over 10,000 tracks by over 1,300 artists in nearly 50 genres. If you can think of a song, you'll probably find it on GuitarVoice.com. But wait, GuitarVoice.com is totally free, and they offer a free guitar lesson and a forum to talk to other ex-pros. The site even has a built-in digital tuner. Visit today and start jamming today. GuitarVoice.com.
Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun. Meet me at the club. It's going down. Meet me in the A. It's going down. Meet me in Atlanta. That's right. The weekend of September 26, 2015, we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show, Stewies. And it's going to be crazy. We got a whole list of events scheduled for the entire weekend. That's going to be so fun. Come celebrate with your boy. Starting out Friday night, man, with a meet and greet party at the Artist Den downtown ATL. Late Friday night, it's the Fella Soiree at T's Gentlemen's Club in Buckhead. Saturday morning, the TDSS Golf Shootout at North Fulton Golf Club downtown ATL. Saturday night, the main event, the all-black party at the Doubletree Hotel in Buckhead. And Sunday, the Falcons versus Cowboys viewing/day party on the rooftop lounge at Mardi Gras Cafe, downtown ATL. It's going to be fantastic, man. You've been looking for a reason to come to Atlanta. Here's your perfect reason. Get all the details at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Once again, it's tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. See you in Atlanta. The 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Yes, sir. Hour number 2, baby. Hour number 2. We're just giving out some ballers and busters, man. Thank you so much for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. But the easy way is to be totally interactive in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Yeah. Vern from Jersey, where you at, man? Let's talk about your Giants. So give me a call, man. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Okay, to my loyal listeners out there, if you're looking for an honest income opportunity, all right, that's simple, innovative, and has residual income built in, Then listen up, folks. Check out an amazing home business opportunity that is all the rage right now. Do yourself a great favor and visit paysforever.org. This program has been around for over 10 years and has stood the test of time. Again, that's paysforever.org. Once again, paysforever.org, and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you, okay? Ball award to Jameis Winston, man. He gets his first NFL win in just his second game, man. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers now are 1-1. Jameis, very decent day, very efficient. Only throws the ball 21 times, but 14 for 21. 207 yards, 1 touchdown passing, 1 touchdown running. Very composed, man. On the road, hostile territory once again in New Orleans. They get it done, man. Ball award to Jameis Winston and to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, I know he's happy. I know good and well he's happy. Buster award to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers marketing department and them ugly-ass uniforms. I mean, is it just me? Is it just me, or are y'all okay with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniforms? The uniforms look like arena-ish. They look kind of arena football-ish. Those numbers are very, very silly. I don't understand those numbers. All right, y'all tell me if y'all like Tampa's uniform or not. I don't know. I just don't like the uniform. Buster award for the uniforms. But they get it done, man. From KC, he says, yes, sir, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you think about their uniforms, though? Don't their uniforms look like, Arena League, Canadian League or something like that? Not a professional league, not the NFL. They don't look like that at all, man. Ball award, man, 2 ball awards. 1 to Marcus Mariota for having another solid game, a lot less hype and I guess success than last week. Obviously, I mean, to match what he did last week is going to be damn near impossible. But he throws 21 for 37, no interceptions again. The guy still hasn't thrown any interceptions, 257 yards in a losing effort to Johnny Manziel. Johnny Football and the Cleveland Browns beat the Titans 28-14. Johnny Manziel throws 2 long touchdown passes to what's his name, Travis Benjamin, and he wins his first game. Ball award to Johnny Manziel. Now, I'm not a fan of the Cleveland uniforms either. They look kind of like college-ish. They kind of look like Ohio, or not Ohio State. Who does they look like? Oklahoma State. Yeah, Cleveland Browns wearing some college Oklahoma State lookish uniforms. But once again, I am on the record, and I was just about to cut my losses with Johnny Manziel and say, he can't play in this league. He's done. Now, it's just one game, but he had a whole week of practice. He made some good plays. It looked like they had him in the shotgun. Looked like the plays that they were running were Johnny Manziel-type plays that worked for him historically in the past. So he lives another week. Johnny Manziel lives another week to tell about it. Another week to play another game. So great win for the Cleveland Browns, man. They're 1-1. What do you do now if you're Mike Pettin, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns? Do you bring back in McNown, or do you just leave Johnny Manziel out there? I think you might as well just leave Johnny Manziel out there. Go ahead and see what you got. You used a pretty high pick on the guy in the first round. Once again, he got a full week of practice. Supposedly, he's got his head together. He's not out there drugging and hanging out all times of the night. Had the whole thing where he went to rehab this summer. Leave him out there one more game. Once again, it's just one game, so we'll see. We'll see if he can keep it going. But I am happy to see this guy get a win. Ball award to Johnny Manziel. I'm really rooting for this guy because I don't want to be wrong. Because there's guys that basically, in this industry, people drew a line in the sand as where it concerns Johnny Manziel. People were totally on the side of he sucks. I don't know why they even drafted him. And then there's people like me that says if you give him an opportunity, he could be Doug Flutie 2.0. Okay, he could be an even better Doug Flutie. And hopefully he has another showing like he did this past weekend. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Let me read more of your chat. Thank you so much for the chat. I really do appreciate it. Me and the studio audience appreciates it. From Sandman, speaking of XL, Rod Smart, he hate me, had a decent career with the Panthers. I forgot about the XFL. That's what those Tampa Bay uniforms look like. They don't look like the Arena League. They don't look like the Canadian Football League. They look like XFL uniforms. Yeah, those numbers are stupid. From Grego, that backup generated commercial with McNown is hilarious. With McNown. Okay, I'm not sure about that particular commercial. I know I've seen it. From Dollars and Cents, wait till he plays a real defense. I guess he's talking about Johnny Manziel or Jameis Winston. From Rail Scott, laugh out loud at Gridiron. From Dollars and Cents, Manziel got to stay out there with his fumbling ass. He doesn't protect the ball well. He holds it out like, with one hand a lot of times when he breaks the pocket. So he's got to be more careful with the football. But you know what? Those are things that you learn over time in playing in the NFL and football, period. There's certain things that he's going to have to taper because this is the NFL. These guys are bigger, faster, and stronger. He's going to have to learn how to protect the football. He's going to have to have better pocket awareness. That little thing where he does a little pirouette and spins around and goes opposite side of the field, that worked yesterday on the second touchdown he threw. But you got to watch that, man. I mean, cats are going to figure that out real quick, I believe. So he's going to have to adjust some things, man. Definitely he's going to have to work on some things. From Dollars and Cents, Browns are going to get their ass kicked versus the Steelers. Yeah, I like the Steelers playing against the Browns. Yeah. Ben Roethlisberger is just going ham. I mean, absolute ham over the last couple of weeks. Yesterday in particular, it goes crazy. Again, I'll talk about the Steelers and what they did, him and Antonio Brown playing fantastic offensive football over the last couple of weeks. Baller Award, man, I can't bring myself to do it. I'll give a Buster Award. Or I won't give anything. Let me just mention the fact that the New England Patriots beat the Buffalo Bills on yesterday. Tyrod Taylor back to life, back to reality a little bit. It all is really how you look at it, though. Really had a lot of pressure from the defense all day long in that tough New England scheme that they run. But Tyrod Taylor, 23 for 30, 242 yards, 3 touchdown passes, but he also throws 3 interceptions as well. So once again, tough team in the New England Patriots. Did some good things as well. Also did some bad things. You got to stick with him, though. And I think Buffalo and I think Rex Ryan are going to stick with that guy. So this is supposedly one of the best teams in the league. They hung right there with the New England Patriots on yesterday. So you got to keep riding and dying with Tyrod Taylor. All right? This is the Doug Stewart Show, man. Thank you so much for joining your boy. Let me go ahead and read more of this chat here while we got a chance. From Al Thompson. Wait until you see all our orange joints. I think Al is a Cleveland Brown fans. From Run CNC, Cleveland looks like Bowling Green's jerseys. Yeah, they probably got them from the same manufacturer. I've seen those Bowling Green jerseys, and I totally agree. They look very sophomoric. They look basic as hell. They don't look like – it's something, and I can't really put into words. There's something about the design of NFL uniforms that separate them from college uniforms. And the Browns' new uniform this year looks very college-ish. And once again, that Tampa Bay uniform, man, looks very XFL-ish. It does. Yeah, it does. Yeah. All right, when we get back from the break, man, oh, my gosh, we just in Ball and Buster heaven today. Yes, sir. And I still haven't got to a lot of the action from this past weekend. Buster Award to Rex Ryan. He's just a blowhard. You seen the post-game press conference with him? Oh, I blame myself. The only person you can blame is me. He's just like grandstanding, buffoonish. I am not a Rex Ryan fan. He is a buster. Just shut up, man. God, he's the ultimate grandstander. He just sounds so like a robot. Like these are the cliches that I'm supposed to say as a coach, so I'm going to go ahead and say them. Like half the time, they don't even fit with the question. Oh, Rex Ryan is a clown. All right, when we get back from the break, man, more balls and busters, more your chat. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Football season only just begun, but it already feels like the playoffs at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site, where millionaires are being crowned all season long. One-week fantasy at DraftKings means no season-long commitments. It's fantasy football on demand. Play where you want, when you want, with the players you want. And with $1 million up for grabs every week, every game is the big game, and every play matters. So, 1st and 10 in the first quarter feels like 4th and goal with 1 second left. And a long touchdown run can mean more than just a victory for your favorite team. It can mean you've just turned your love of football into $1 million payday. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play for free for a shot at $1 million in this week's Millionaire Maker event. Enter Spreaker for free entry now, only at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
The Doug Stewart Show presents another episode of Stories with Uncle Dougie, straight out of Monk's Corner edition.
So my best friend, man, Bubba, he gets on the bus, and he sits down, and he's, like, distraught. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? And we're on the bus on the way to school. We're like in 9th, 10th grade, and we're on the bus on the way to school. And he says, my old man, he shot a man last night. I was like, wait a minute. What did you say? And I had heard these stories before, and rest in peace, his daddy's name was Coconut. Coconut was a little guy, probably 5'5", about, 140 pounds. So he's a little dude. And little dudes, man, they don't got the tolerance to wrestle with you or fight or put up their hands or something like that, especially old cats like this where I'm from. He's like, my old man stumbled in 4 o'clock in the morning, and I met him in the hallway because he was extra intoxicated. And he looked at me and said, Bubba, I had to shoot a man tonight. And come to find out more of the story, now keep in mind, this was in 1985 or something like this. Coconut was probably in his late 50s. Early 60s, and once again, I told you, the story on the street was that he had done this many times before. Come to find out, Coconut had shot 4, maybe 5 people throughout his life in our little town in Monk's Corner, South Carolina. This is not a lie, and I know this seems like a story from the Andy Griffith Show, from Ernest T. Bass. This is not a lie. In my hometown, you can literally shoot people or shoot at people, connect on their lower extremities 4, 5, 6 times, and not go to jail forever.
The Doug Stewart Show.
Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun.
And you don't know me yet.
The world's heavyweight champion of sports talking iTalk Radio. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. Make sure you get your tickets for the all-black party this Saturday night right here in ATL. It's going to be crazy, man. DJ Turk Nice. If you follow me on Facebook or on Twitter, you probably seen the DJ for the party this Saturday night, Turk Nice. We actually went to school together. One of the legendary DJs coming out of South Carolina State University now. He's been a full-time DJ for over 20 years. This guy posts these videos of him scratching and mixing and blending music in his little studio, I guess, at his house or whatever. And Turk is just phenomenal. So check on my Facebook page. Maybe I should post a couple of them on Twitter or something like that too. And check out my man, DJ Turk Nice. Crazy, crazy skills, man. He will be the DJ this Saturday night at the All Black Party at the DoubleTree Hotel. Get your tickets at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Fellas, bring your wife out there. Stop doing the same thing and taking her to a movie, a dinner and movie, in a movie. Do something different, you know. But here's the good thing about this. This is going to be like for the grown and sexy. This is going to be upscale. It ain't going to be you up in a club with a bunch of little youngsters, you know, young enough to be your daughters and your sons. DoubleTree Hotel, real nice ballroom, man, real sexy. It's going to be a good look. The all-black party. Make sure you wear all black. I mean, we don't want to turn people away if they come in there, were they before Labor Day stuff? They thought it was a white party or they wearing different colors. Come in there with all black, you know, outfit on, man. I mean, just oblige to the theme a little bit. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy to roll up in the all-black party with green on. Don't be that guy. Please don't be that guy. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Do y'all watch NFL Network? So I normally have this routine, and it's just by habit, where I watch Countdown with Chris Berman and Tom Jackson. That's just what I do. I watch that after the games, and I watch it on the next morning, on Monday mornings as well, to get prepped for the show. And they break down the games, and I check out the games that I didn't see. We can't watch them all, and just see the highlights or whatever. But today I says, you know what? I'm gonna watch the NFL Network edition of equivalent to Countdown. And so I'm watching this thing this morning, man, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and they've got Dion on there, and they've got Marshall Faulk, and they've got the playmaker, Michael Irvin. So Michael Irvin has this little thing, and I know you're going to laugh about this, people that do watch the NFL Network. Michael Irvin has his own segment called Open Mic. You get it? Open Mic, not M-I-C, M-I-K-E. And basically, it's him talking about something that happened that day in football, something, a big play or whatever, something going on in the world of the NFL, obviously. But it's Michael Irvin style. And in effect, Michael Irvin gives like a 5-minute sermon where he's preaching. And I absolutely love it. Ball award to Michael Irvin for Open Mic. You got to see this. And I've been sleeping on it. Once again because I really don't watch the NFL Network. I just, by habit, I watch the Puppet Factory. But I watched it today, man. Michael Irvin, the playmaker, in effect, goes like Ric Flair. He goes Ric Flair and the best preacher you know this side of the Mississippi. And just goes ham about it. I can't even remember what the topic was. I was watching it from a distance, and I was busy on the computer. But he just went ham. He almost looked like he wanted to rip off his jacket. This ninja went crazy. I absolutely love it. So check out the NFL Network. You know how they replay stuff all day long on these type channels, these sports channels. I'm pretty sure if you tune into the NFL Network, you'll see it. Open Mic with Michael Irvin. Ball award. Now, I know a lot of people don't like that type of stuff. When we used to work back at the other radio station, man, the people that have been in the industry for a long, long time, they really scoffed. They really held their nose at, and I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people, not just at that station, but other stations, other people I met in the industry, they really scoffed at the idea of Michael Irvin like going crazy like that and thought he was a buffoon and this, that, and the other. Michael Irvin's an entertainer. They got him on there to be Michael Irvin. They don't have him on there to break down, you know, and be a play-by-play analyst or whatever, and sophisticated and you know, like this staunch guy that's just going to talk about the X's and O's. No, Michael Irvin and Deion Sanders are personalities. They're brands. They're entertainers. I absolutely love it. It's way over the top for a lot of people, a lot more conservative people. Trust me on that. But check out my boy Michael Irvin, man. I love that dude, man. The playmaker. Let me read some of this chat here. And from what I understand, we've got an issue with the phones. Larry walked in here and says we've got an issue with the phone. I saw Vern from Jersey posted something in the chat room saying that, you know, I'm not taking phone calls. We got an issue with the phone. That's what it is right now, Vern. Trust me, I would love to hear you today. We'll get the phone working. Hopefully we can get it together today where you can still call. But if not, we'll have it together by tomorrow. And make sure you call up here and talk about your sorry-ass Giants. Yeah. Hey, this segment is brought to you by my good friends from Strickland Security, man. Atlanta is Atlanta. We love it to death, man, but it does have some issues with crime. It does. And you need to protect your family and your home and your kids and your wife and all of that stuff, man. And my folks at Strickland Security, man, care about you. They're not going to try to sell you the big-ass alarm system if you don't want it. They can sell you that one. They got all of the bells and the whistles. They can replace yours. They can fix yours. They can give you a basic alarm system where it's real inexpensive per month and take care of your family and protect your family. Or they can go to big boy. All right? They've got over 55 years experience in the business. So holla at my folks at StricklandSecurity.com. That's StricklandSecurity.com. Or give them a call at 800-422-9075. Again, that's 800-422-9075. And tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes, sir. Ball Award to Viola Davis. I didn't watch it last night, but she won an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a drama series for that TV series, How to Commit Murder. Ball Award to her. Gave a very passionate speech about opportunities for minority women in Hollywood. She's a good actor. I started watching that TV show, How to Get Away with Murder. Didn't really finish it, so it really didn't inspire me like some other TV shows for me to keep watching it. Maybe I'll go back and continue to watch it. But she's a very good actor, obviously. She really struggles in getting walking along in them heels on that show. I've talked about that before. But Ball Award to her, as well as Regina King gets an Emmy as well for supporting actress in a limited role for her character on American Crime Story. Ball Award to her. Big fan of Regina King. Big fan of hers. Yeah. Bill Murray won an Emmy as well. Oh, yeah, my man Peter Dinklage. Outstanding supporting actor in a drama series for Game of Thrones. And that big head joker is a good actor. Yes, sir. Oh, if you don't watch Game of Thrones, you don't remember Peter Dinklage? You don't remember that name? He's actually a little person. I think that's the proper term in 2015. He's a little person. When I say little, very, very little, like to your kneecaps little. But he plays a character on Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is fantastic by itself. He probably or might be the best actor on that show, has been for the last couple of years. Huge Game of Thrones fan, man. Ball Award to Peter Dinklage. He played the hell out of that role on Game of Thrones. Yes, sir. (404-382-0338) is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. More ballers and busters, man. The biggest baller and the biggest buster I gave out today, the Buster of the Week, and maybe we'll even nominate Chip Kelly for a Buster Award, for a Boiled Peanuts Award this Friday. It's Chip Kelly, man. Unbelievable how bad this Philadelphia Eagle team looks. And this guy gave up very good players for very average ones. Who does that? Nobody does that, I know. Nobody. And it looks like it's coming back to bite his ass. So we'll talk more balls and busters when we get back from the break as well. This is the Doug Stewart Show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700 for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun. We're back. The Two Live Stews are back on air every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on WGST. It's Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, at Hagen-Law.com for making it happen.
640 WGST in Atlanta. Search 640 WGST on iHeartRadio worldwide.
Yes! Football season only just begun, but it already feels like the playoffs at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site, where millionaires are being crowned all season long. One-week fantasy at DraftKings means no season-long commitments. It's fantasy football on demand. Play where you want, when you want, with the players you want. And with $1 million up for grabs every week, every game is the big game, and every play matters. So, 1st and 10 in the first quarter feels like 4th and goal with 1 second left. And a long touchdown run can mean more than just a victory for your favorite team. It can mean you've just turned your love of football into $1 million payday. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play for free for a shot at $1 million in this week's Millionaire Maker event. Enter Spreaker for free entry now, only at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
Regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Regulators! Mount up.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday, Ballers and Busters, Game Balls and Ghosts. Thank you for joining your folk. The number to the show, and I don't even need to give the number. We're still having some issues with the phone today. I see old Vernon here still talking smack because he can't call in. What you gonna call up about, Vern? I mean, what you want to say? Tell me. Why would I not want to talk to you today? Trust me, today is the day I want to talk to your ass. Punk-ass Giants. They can't even manage a damn clock. Buster award to the Giants and to Vern for trying to call up here and not being able to get in. Yeah, why would I not want to talk to you today? You're the first person I want to talk about, Vern, and all you Giants fans. The Falcons went to New York and beat the Giants. That's unbelievable. I guess not really. They 0-2. And they suck. Man, you talk about one guy making up a lot of their offense, man. That Odell Beckham Jr., man, he is a beast. I don't even know who I would take as far as wide receivers. I said it earlier today. We're in a golden era of wide receivers, man, and I started naming out some of them. I'll talk about Pittsburgh here in a second. But before I get to that, man, are you trying to go see the Pittsburgh Steelers? Are you trying to go see the Dallas Cowboys? You need to holler at my folks at Travel by Stats, all right? TravelByStats.com. They travel to all the big games originating out of Metro Atlanta. Also, they leave out of a couple other states as well. They're in like 5 states. They've been doing it since 1998. The owner, Maritza Wilmer, really takes into account the fan and making it a real great experience for you. If they go to a destination where they've never been, they actually take it first before they take you. All right? So if you're trying to find a coach service, bus service, to take your Little League football team, your church choir, your women's group, whatever it may be, your runners club, holla at my folks at Travel by Stats. That's travelbystats.com, or give them a call at 855-266-6675, extension 700. Once again, grab your pencil. I'll give you the number again. Are you ready? 855-266-6675, extension 700, and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes, sir. Yeah, ain't nobody studying the Giants. Y'all 0-2, Jack. But y'all got a lot to be excited about with this Odell Beckham Jr., man. I don't think he's ever missed a catch. Like, you know how sometimes, a ball is a little bit out of range of a wide receiver? Like, I would like to see how many targets he's had to how many catches he's had. And I'm talking about good throws in the vicinity where an NFL receiver should make the play. This guy didn't miss anything, man. Phenomenal athlete, very fast, great hands. He has these big-ass hands, man. So that's the only positive thing about being a New York Giant fan today is Odell Beckham Jr., 7 catches, 146 yards, 1 touchdown. But y'all 0-2. Y'all quarterback act like he can't manage a clock. Y'all just look lost, and y'all 0-2. How about that, Vince? Not Vince, Vern. Speaking of Vince and his Minnesota Vikings, man, the Vikings get a win yesterday. A much-needed win. I mean much needed. Huge win yesterday over the Detroit Lions. Lions, 26-16. Adrian Peterson looks like Adrian Peterson for the first time this year. They actually give him the football. They didn't do that in week 1. 29 carries, 134 yards. That's a man-child right there. Ball award to Adrian Peterson. That dude just ain't real. That dude just isn't real, man. So ball award to Adrian Peterson, man. Big day. The Vikings now go to 1-1, and the Lions, a team that made it to the playoffs last year, are 0-2. Bust award to the Detroit Lions. Wait a minute. Stop. Let me think for a second. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Wait a minute. Let me think for a second. Not only did my brother pick the Auburn Tigers to play in the national championship game, but I think he picked, yeah, I'm right. He picked the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. When he said that, I was like, what? I did like Chester the Cheetah. What? Yeah, he picked the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. Not saying it can't happen, but they 0-2 right now. And I'm pretty sure they got one of those cute little stats to say teams that start 0-2 are probably 0 for 300 and making it to the Super Bowl. So that's not a good sign for the Detroit Lions. Cam Newton, 10 carries, 76 yards, 1 touchdown passing, 1 touchdown rushing yesterday for the Carolina Panthers, man. And the Panthers beat the Texans 24-17. Ryan Mallett's first start of the season. Cam's throws for 18 for 37, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns passing. He has 1 interception, so he accounts for 3 touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 running, a fantasy stud. He does like a flip yesterday, diving into the end zone, almost lands on his feet, sticking the landing, but couldn't quite hold it. And you got to be careful with that, though, man. He could have broke his leg very easily in that little stunt that he pulled. But the Carolina Panthers, man, 2-0. 2-0. I got kind of like a slightly under-the-radar love affair with the Carolina Panthers because they do represent South Carolina and North Carolina, even though they're based in Charlotte. They're called the Carolina Panthers. They do their training camps in Spartanburg, South Carolina, on the campus of Wofford College, where Jerry Richardson went to school at. So they kind of bill it as South Carolina and North Carolina's team together. That's why it's just the Carolina Panthers, not the North Carolina Panthers. So I'm happy when they win. Unless they play in the Falcons, and I guess I kind of stay neutral. I kind of root for the Carolina Panthers, man. So ball award to Cam Newton. I definitely root for Cam Newton. So ball award to him. Yes, sir. Let me read some of your chat here. Vince Ball Award, your Vikings got to win from Buster Baller to me for leading the TDS Fantasy League by 1 point over Doug. Yes, sir. Yeah, but your boy, I think in that particular league, the TDSS league, I'm in 3 leagues. 2 where actual real, friends and family play together. The Doug Stewart Show Fantasy League, as well as the Two Live Stews League, which you've been doing for like 10 years. And then I got part of another league, just an online league by happen chance. It's a long story. But I think in the league where I'm playing you, Bussa, I think I got Brandon Marshall tonight. And if I got Brandon Marshall, I think you don't have any more players, so I think it's a wrap. So stop it. And I was going to talk fantasy tomorrow because they still have the Monday night game to play, so I really wasn't going to talk about it. But since you mentioned it, let me see if I can pull it up here real quickly. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Matchups, week 2. I am playing Dobby the Great. Now, I'm beating Dobby the Great right now, so that must be in the Doug Stewart Show or the Two Live Stews League, the John Duncans. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. No, I'm winning right now in that league. So you lying. Busted for leading TDS Fantasy League. Oh, you're saying you're leading the league in total with points. Got you. Yeah, I'm winning both of my games right now. And in one league, I have Brandon Marshall. And in another league, I think I have a defense still to play. So it looks like I'm going to go 2-0 again this week. I'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. All right. 404-382-0338 from Rel Scott. Chip will be coaching in the SEC or ACC next year. Yeah, that's the way it looks. That's the way it looks. From Chico to Alpha Doug, my team is the Ravens are 0-2. We need a blissful tune, sir. I'm only here for the song today. Wow. Well, I tell you what, I'm probably not going to sing today. I've got a song in mind. I didn't sing it all last week, and I apologize for that. I promise you tomorrow, I will give you a smash hit. I promise. Not today, though. Matter of fact, when we come back from the break, I might play one of my hits for you just to get you through the night. Yes, sir. Just to get you through the night, Chico to Alpha, I'll come back with one of my classics from yesteryear. Okay? That's what we'll do. And then tomorrow, I promise you I'm going to sing something tomorrow. Oh, what? You didn't know? If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, I actually sing. I have been blessed with the gift of song. And so periodically I sing for you as well. So I promise tomorrow there'll be some singing going on up in here, all right? Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. We're back. The Two Live Stews are back on air every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on WGST. It's sports talk with hot sauce. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, at Hagen-Law.com for making it happen.
640 WGST in Atlanta. Search 640 WGST on iHeartRadio worldwide.
Yes! In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! Meet me at the club. It's going down. Meet me in the A. It's going down. Meet me in Atlanta. That's right. The weekend of September 26, 2015, we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show. Stewies! and it's going to be crazy. We got a whole list of events scheduled for the entire weekend. That's going to be so fun. Come celebrate with your boy. Starting out Friday night, man, with a meet and greet party at the Artist Den downtown ATL. Late Friday night, it's the Fella Soiree at T's Gentlemen's Club in Buckhead. Saturday morning, the TDSS Golf Shootout at North Fulton Golf Club downtown ATL. Saturday night, the main event, the all-black party at the Doubletree Hotel in Buckhead. And Sunday, the Falcons versus Cowboys viewing/day party on the rooftop lounge at Mardi Gras Cafe, downtown ATL. It's going to be fantastic, man. You've been looking for a reason to come to Atlanta. Here's your perfect reason. Get all the details at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Once again, it's tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. See you in Atlanta. The 1-year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Yes, sir. Without you, baby, I feel worthless. I'm living on the edge. It's been an hour since you've been gone, and that's too long, so come back home. I can't live without you, so I'll cry for you. Do anything that I can to feel that touch from your hand. Sorry that I want you. Lady, what do I do? You know you're everything I do. That boy's good. Oh, yeah. Do what you want me to. I would do anything. That boy's good. Get on my knees for you. Oh, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What else is there to Classic do? Dougie. I don't know. I don't know. But I'll cry. He was crying. Lady. Yes, sir. We'll cry for you. Yes, sir. Tonight. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is one of my classics. Tonight. Jodeci, cry for you. Lady. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll cry for you. Yes, it is Jodeci. Tonight. I see you, Coop. It is Jodeci. It's actually better than Jodeci. It's me. Help me out. Yeah. You spoil me, girl, like a child. Yes, sir. When you're not here, I can't even smile. I can't think without you. Oh, man. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. It's amazing what you do. Yeah, yes, all right. I just want to get that last little part in there. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. If you're new to the show, then you just got a little taste, a little sample of how I do it around here, man. They do call me the R&B King. I actually sung this weekend at Impact Church. Yeah. Huge audience. Yeah. At Impact Church, me and my man Ulrich Johnson. He actually is a actor, works with Tyler Perry, and he's a writer. He actually played in the NFL for a couple of years. Went to FAMU, but he's actually now in the acting scene, the singing scene here in Atlanta. And man, me and him performed a couple of hits together this weekend at Impact Church. Everybody seemed to love it. Man. So that's what you get here on the Doug Stewart Show. Every once in a while, I'll even sing for you. Yes, sir. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. I haven't had a chance to talk about them all day long. I mentioned them real quick. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Ball award to Ben Roethlisberger, and in particular Antonio Brown, man. Antonio Brown, it's like the third time I brought it up today, but we are in a tremendous age of wide receivers in the NFL. Antonio Brown, 9 catches, 195 yards, 1 touchdown. And he seems like he does this every single week. Now, Ben Roethlisberger is the guy benefiting from dude's play. Ben goes 21 for 27. You talk about efficiency this past weekend with Grayson Lambert and Ben Roethlisberger on Sunday. Ben Roethlisberger, 21 for 27, 369 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Ball award to him and to Antonio Brown. My gosh! Wow. Wow. Antonio Brown, man. So, I mean, we did this earlier this summer, I believe. We talked about the top 5 wide receivers in the game. And I think my whole reasoning is with wide receivers, I like big wide receivers. So I like the Calvin Johnsons of the world. I like the Brandon Marshalls of the world, because they help out the quarterback, in effect with the body and the fact they can go up and get a lot of balls that smaller guys can't get. But that doesn't seem to be a problem for Antonio Brown and Odell Beckham Jr. What are these guys, right at 5'11"? I think maybe ODB might be OBD. I think he might be 6 foot tall. Antonio Brown looks like, to me, he's like 5'10", maybe 5'11". It doesn't matter. These guys, skill-wise, are just dominant, man. So ball award to him, man. I don't know. Maybe he's the best player in the game. He's the number 1 fantasy player as far as wide receivers. He produces more fantasy points week in and week out than anybody else. I got to start giving that kid more love, man. I got to start giving him a lot more love, man. Baller award to him. Tonight, the Indianapolis Colts take on the New York Jets in Indianapolis. I pick, once again, Ryan picked the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. I picked the Colts to go to the Super Bowl. But they got to figure out something real fast if they're going to make a run for a Super Bowl. They did not look good at all last week in that loss that they had to who they lose to Buffalo, I believe. So looking forward to Monday night, man. Cannot wait till Monday Night Football tonight. Back to the Steelers and the 49ers. 43-18, Steelers dominate at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, but they beat the San Francisco 49ers. I didn't see the game, and I don't know, how the feel of it was, the flow of the game was, but I'm looking at Colin Kaepernick's numbers. 33 for 46, 335 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Now, that's a fantastic stat line to me. I don't know what happened. Carlos Hyde kind of regressed from week 1 where he had that big outing, kind of like his step into the spotlight as far as a running back in the NFL, but he only goes for 43 yards, 13 carries yesterday. Steelers defense was clicking on all cylinders, obviously. But Colin Kaepernick, once again, last week, I told you, it looked like that they started to do some Colin Kaepernick-type plays. They had a lot of that pistol in there that he did at Nevada. It's all about making them comfortable. It looks like he worked on some things over the summer. They're trying to accommodate him and his skill set with the plays. That stat line looks fantastic to me. Now, if you saw the game and maybe there were some hollow stats in there, maybe it was all in garbage time or something like that, I don't know. But the fact that he didn't throw any interceptions is a good sign to me. I don't care what. They only put up 18 points, but no interceptions, over 300 yards passing for a quarterback that we look at and we feel like is a running-style quarterback. I'm going to give him a ball award. I don't care what happened. Oh, I'm rooting for these guys. My man Dollars and Cents says, Hyde took some hellacious hits and got knocked out of the game, Doug. Okay. From Al Thompson, Mighty Mouse has nightmares when Brown comes to town. Then he has sweet dreams when AJ Green comes 1 week later. From that ninja, Hyde had a coward jump into his knee. What? Don't tell me he got one of those hits like Dante Culpepper took a couple of years ago. Me and my brother go back and forth about it. So what you're sounding like, Ninja, is a guy went for his knee. Maybe he was engaged. Maybe a tackler had him high, and then a guy just came and took his knee out when it wasn't necessary. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. From What Up Falcons, Doug's, I would pay big bucks to hear you sing all day, son. You understand me? Wow, thank you, What Up Falcons. You know what? I'm really thinking about doing a show, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. You know, we have the ability here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network to put on any show the hell we want, okay? Shouts out to Poe Politicking and my man Kicking It with Kesey, the Kicking It with Kesey show on Wednesdays here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. So we've been playing with a couple of ideas as far as other shows that I can do on the network to build it up even more. So one we've got in mind, and we're almost ready to debut this, is the Dougie After Dark show, interview type show as well. Maybe not even about sports, maybe something that people are talking about in pop culture or whatever. So we're still teetering with that. But I'm also working with the concept and the idea of doing like a America's Got Talent type show, or Dancing with the Stars type show where you have competitors come in and you have judges that judge. But we're not going to do judges or anything like that. And it's not even a competition. It's just me singing. That's what the whole show is. Dougie sings the hits. Maybe that's what we'll call it. I mean, to quote a great movie, I'd buy that for $1. So maybe we'll do Dougie Sings the Hits, where I sing all of the classic tunes from yesteryear on a 1-hour show. So we could probably get in 7, 8 songs in an hour. Would y'all listen to that? I know you would. I know you would. I know you would. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Stewies. We're going to work on that. We are going to work on that. I like that. I like that. Let me read some of this chat here before we get out of here. Yeah. I see a lot of y'all like that idea. Yeah. Oh, man. Even Jersey Vern likes that idea. Sorry-ass Giants. From 9-0 the Rhino, he says, I'm not as good as you, Doug, but I sing, though. You know what, maybe? Wait a minute. Let's check that. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Maybe we can do it like a America's Got Talent type thing, where I give you the classic hits, because I'm like a paid singer, and then we let you call up, you tell us the music you want, and you go karaoke. So we do a karaoke type show. I like that. I mean, we're all about innovation around here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes, we are. So let me think about that a little bit more. Maybe we'll call it Dougie Sings the Hits and let you sing some hits too. I like that. I really like that. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. Thank you very much. The Tree of Life, Waterhead Walter, Dwayne Vassan, Gerald Oliveri, my engineers, thank y'all so much. Make sure you get your tickets for the all-black party going down this Saturday night at tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Once again, tdssweekend.eventbrite.com. Yeah. Shouts out to my man Pink Gator and Beans and Cornbread on the production for this hot-ass track. Yes, sir. We'll do it again tomorrow. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.